as the Patriots come in for Sunday Night Football. Jeremy and Joe with you. Good morning, everybody. Nice fall day out there. Hopefully warming up a little bit for you. It's going to be high about 70 today, in the 70s, and currently it's 42, so a chilly morning. But we're previewing the Bills and Patriots, and joining us on the Wester Hotline is Ben Volin of the Boston Globe as we talk about this matchup. Ben, good morning. It's Jeremy and Joe. Thanks for taking some time today.
What's up, boys? How we doing today?
We're good. We're good. I'm excited about this matchup. I guess I've been saying all week, I bet there's a lot of Bills fans out there that are a little bit of all right, let's see this Drake Maye that people say is so good, even though there's not been that many wins, and he's a young quarterback that plays like Josh Allen. People say that quite a bit because he's mobile and he's cagey. So, Ben, where's your belief in Drake Maye right now, and how big of a game this is for him to kind of prove that he deserves all of this talk?
Yeah, certainly kind of a benchmark game for Drake Maye and the Patriots, facing a 4-0 Bills team that everyone's saying is kind of the best in the league right now. I wouldn't put too much on it. It's not like a referendum on Drake Maye if he doesn't go out and have a great game. He's still only barely 23 years old, and still young in his career. That said, his last 3 games, he's been fantastic. First quarterback, I think, ever under the age of 24 to have 3 straight games of 75% completion and 2 touchdown passes in each game. He's just been making a lot of right decisions. Josh McDaniels is doing a good job of, I think, kind of simplifying things and giving Drake a few easy reads, quick throws over the middle. That said, I do think for a young guy, he makes a lot of smart decisions as far as when to scramble, when to still look to pass. He's not just bailing on the pocket at the first sign of trouble like you see a lot of young quarterbacks do. And I think what's most impressive is both in his rookie year and this year, you're seeing instant, significant improvement. Like the first game against the Raiders this year, not very good. Weeks 2 through 4, he's looked infinitely more comfortable in this offense. And I think that's a sign of he and Josh McDaniels just figuring things out after week 1 and being on the same page. So this is definitely a big spot against a talented Bills defense. But Drake Maye and the Patriots are playing well right now. They've got 1 game scoring over 30 points, 1 game scoring over 40. They did have a couple special teams touchdowns in there, so it's not all offense. But the Patriots offense has been more efficient and performing better than I think anyone expected at this point in the season.
Yeah, so it sounds like the coaching obviously is a big improvement he's had from maybe last year to this year. How much of him looking more consistent or better is also the personnel around him?
Yeah, the personnel's better. Having Stefon Diggs definitely helps. Travion Henderson, has gotten a lot of hype. He had a great training camp. Hasn't done a ton here in the regular season, actually. And, Mac Hollins did catch a touchdown the other day, but it is still a lot of the same players from the last couple of years. The tight ends are still Hunter Henry and Austin Hooper. The receivers after Diggs, it's still Kayshon Boutte, Demario Douglas. The offensive line is where probably you have the most change right now with 4 new starters from last year. And it's been good. They've had good continuity on the offensive line. 4 of the 5 guys have played every snap this year. Last week they had to swap out a left guard for an injury for the first time. But, Will Campbell, the rookie at left tackle, you haven't heard his name much on the broadcast, which is always a good sign for the offensive lineman. So I think it's probably more just like the whole operation just seems more cohesive. The talent is probably a little bit better, but I just think the coaching is a lot better this year. And I think Josh McDaniels is a really good offensive coordinator and has this unit in a good spot right now. I don't think it's just an upgrade in talent. I just think overall the operation is a lot better.
Yeah, I was going to kind of ask a little more on that, Ben. Like last year, how bad was it? It's Gerard Mayo's the head coach, and the offensive coordinator is Alex Van Pelt. Is that right? Last year for Drake Maye, so he's on his 4th offensive coordinator in 4 years of playing football now. And you think this one might stick?
Yes, I do think Josh McDaniels will stick. He's not going anywhere. And it's kind of the perfect hire for the Patriots because, Josh McDaniels has already had his 2 head coaching opportunities. He's probably not getting another one anytime soon. So that's always the biggest fear when you have, a successful offensive coordinator is he's going to get poached as a head coaching candidate. I don't think the Patriots have to worry about that with Josh McDaniels. So they should have good continuity there now between him and Drake Maye. And, it's not fair to last year's coaches the Patriots this offseason spent the most money in free agency, over $180 million, fully guaranteed. They basically went out and bought a new starting lineup. They didn't spend any money last year for Gerard Mayo and that staff. They saddled Mayo with a rookie quarterback, the worst talent up and down the roster, a brutally bad offensive line. And then, Mayo's doing his job for the first time. Both coordinators were doing their jobs for the first time. The general manager was doing his job for the first time. It was just a lot of people kind of learning on the fly. And this year you have, I think they have 5 coaches on the staff who have been an NFL head coach at some point, but guys like Ben McAdoo and Doug Marrone and even Thomas Brown, who's an interim head coach, Josh McDaniels, obviously. So there's just a lot more experience. Guys have done their jobs before, and there's better talent on the team this year. So, I don't think last year was the right setup for the Patriots, but it's not fair to the coaches to say they were horrible last year, because I don't think the Patriots put them in a good spot either.
How good has Diggs been for them? I mean, I read a story yesterday about the kind of teammate he is, and Maye talking about how he plays with fire, something Bills fans would know. I mean, Diggs tends to go some places, and it's intense, and then it ends. That was Minnesota. That was Buffalo. But how's he been on the field, and how's he been as part of, a group that is leading this young quarterback?
Yes, Sunday against Carolina was his first 100-yard game of the season. Had pick in that game. There was a 4th and 3 play late in the game when the game was kind of already decided, but he made a tremendous, adjustment on the back patch down the field and showed a really good rapport with Drake Maye. It's been a lot of short throws. He's been kind of the slot guy, working the middle of the field, settling down in zones. But for a guy who's coming off an ACL and is new to the offense, I think he's been a terrific fit so far. Haven't seen any signs of trouble with him as far as, getting into it with teammates and coaches. He's caused a couple minor dust-ups with the media as far as not fulfilling his obligations, but so far nothing too crazy. No one, I don't think no one is on the bad side yet. I don't think anyone's on the bad side of Stefon Diggs yet. And for a guy, like I said, who's new to the offense, he's caught 19 of 22 passes this year. So, that's always a good sign when the quarterback and the receiver are able to connect and have successful plays. So he's been a nice fit. And to me, he's still coming back from that ACL. He's only going to get better. I expect his second half of the season, assuming he can stay healthy, is going to be better than his first half. And he's been a nice addition for the Patriots in the slot so far.
Ben Volin with us on the Western Hotline. Ben, how close do you think New England is to really pushing the Bills? Not winning the division this year, but I mean, if they were to pull the upset on Sunday night, looking at their next 3 games after this week, like at least they would be in the picture. They might be in the discussion longer than if the Bills just take care of business. It'll feel like it's just a cakewalk the rest of the way.
Yeah, the schedule softens up here for the Patriots. They get the Browns and the Saints and the Titans, although all 3 of those games are on the road. It's a 3-game road trip. So we'll see. The Titans feel like an automatic win for whoever plays them at this point. And you saw the Saints, though. The Saints are tricky, and I think the Browns will be tricky because the Browns' defense is fantastic. But I think this is obviously a big measuring stick for the Patriots. I think a lot of people are assuming the Bills are going to blow them out. I think it's going to be a very close game, and I'm tempted to take the Patriots with the upset. You look at the Bills' run defense, and I know they haven't had Ed Oliver and Matt Milano, but 6 yards a carry, and their inability to, corral mobile quarterbacks has been really troubling. The Patriots, the strength of their offense is their running backs and their run game and their mobile quarterback. And you also look at the Bills, like, who have they played? I know, obviously, week 1, that was a great win against the Ravens, but the last 3 weeks, it's been almost a preseason schedule for the Bills. So this is almost a measuring stick game for the Bills, too. I think the Patriots are a tougher opponent than what they've faced other than in week 1. And, the Patriots are getting better on both sides of the ball right now. This is, like I said, for the Patriots, I mean, Sunday Night Football, a chance for them to go in as the David versus Goliath against Josh Allen. I think you're going to see a fired-up Patriots team on Sunday night, and I think it's going to be a close game. The last few years, these matchups haven't been blowouts. The Patriots have given the Bills a scare, even last year when the Patriots didn't have much. So I think it's going to be a really exciting game on Sunday night.
Can they keep the Bills under 30? That's the big thing here. Like, their defensive additions this offseason, the health of Christian Gonzalez. How good is the Patriots defense for this task?
It's getting better. It started off really poorly the first few weeks. Tua Tagovailoa and Geno Smith both tore them up. But what's interesting for the Patriots defense is they've been really bad in the first quarter. They've given up 3 touchdowns on like the 3 opening possessions the last 2 games. The Steelers went out and scored twice in a row, and then the Panthers came out and just marched down the field. But then as soon as the Patriots settle into the game, I mean, they completely shut down Aaron Rodgers. I think the Steelers as a team gained 80 yards over the final 3 quarters. Obviously, Bryce Young and the Panthers weren't able to get anything going last week. So if the Patriots can just hang on for dear life in the first quarter, I do like their chances. Their last couple games against Josh Allen, they've held him under 200 yards. Again, I know it's different coaches now for the Patriots defense, different scheme, but they've had some success kind of slowing down Josh Allen and that Bills offense the last couple of years. And if the Patriots can avoid the turnovers, if they can run the ball and control the clock, then yeah, I think they can hold the Bills under 30 and make it a tight game. But turnovers were an issue 2 weeks ago against the Steelers. The Patriots have 5 overall, 4 fumbles. So ball security is going to be huge for the Patriots. They have to have a clean game with no turnovers to have a chance against the Bills.
That's what I'm watching for. The Bills have the streak going right now, the longest streak in NFL history without losing the turnover battle. And you mentioned like the ground game for New England against this Bills run defense, and that could sway so much just on whether Ramondre Stevenson and Antonio Gibson fumble or not, right? Because they've had those issues in their career. They've already done it this year. And if they play it clean, I feel like this game is close. And if they get fumbles, then maybe that's what, widens the gap.
Yeah, you asked like how close the Patriots are to the Bills. They still have to play a perfect game, the Patriots do, to be able to knock off the top teams. Against the Steelers 2 weeks ago, like they had 5 turnovers and they still were in the game at the end and almost won it. So right. They're a good team, and if they don't turn the ball over, the Patriots are feisty. They can put points up on the board now. They've got, I think a defense that can come to play in the fourth quarter, that kind of thing. So they're still not there yet. They're still a young team. They're still coming together. They still commit penalties. They need to be perfect. So if they're not against Buffalo, the Bills will absolutely, take advantage. But if it's if they can cut down on the penalties, which have also been an issue for the Patriots, just cut down on the penalties, cut down on the turnovers, and hang on for dear life in the first quarter, I think the Patriots might have a shot here on Sunday night.
Ben Volin of the Boston Globe and the AP. Ben, thanks for the time. Enjoy the game on Sunday.
Awesome. You too, guys. Thanks a lot.
All right, Ben Volin joining us here as Patriots and Bills Sunday night.